When it gets to the F and stops, that's when you stop it.
I have 2 MVPs, really, because these guys have been with me since they were in 3rd grade. Well, except one. One, he was actually here from he came here his first year. Jarvis. There's too many J's, you understand what I'm saying? Then my MVP for the other year, Mr. Joe. These are your undefeated champions in elementary basketball.
This weekend, we're traveling to New Orleans, Louisiana. The boys are going to be playing in the Super 60 tournament. This is a tournament that I've been hearing about for years, and I set a goal last year to get the boys here to New Orleans so that we can, compete to see how we measure up against some of the other top teams in the nation. And we're taking both teams, the orange and the white team. And initially they asked us if we wanted to play 11U or 5th grade. We selected 11U to play by age, but it looks like they have all of the teams grouped into one. So it's not really an 11U tournament. So I'm sure there are going to be some really big kids there. But hey, we still got to play the game, right?
And try the ball. Get the rebound. Why is he there?
Disappointed in Orange after this game because they played scared. I don't know if it was because of the long trip and being so far away from home, but they didn't play like this in North Carolina. I was just really surprised. I really didn't expect them to come out and play like that. I mean, they played really scared. They didn't move the ball at all. They tried to dribble. They just really got away from what they normally do. And, they've beaten teams way better than this. I mean, if Orange plays their game, they beat this team by 15 points, 10 at least. I was very disappointed with them, man. So now the white team plays next. And before Orange finished, I got up off the bench and I went over and got the white team together. And, I went off on them. I went off on them because of how Orange was playing and just to get them worked up and riled up and ready to play. And, hopefully they're ready because just like I suspected, this team came in the gym. They had 2 kids over 6 foot. So, I still expect them to battle. I still expect them to get after it.
Good team.
Woo!
like a 5-hour layover between games, and Mason Odrick, our kid, he moved to New York. Well, his family's actually from New Orleans, so his aunt actually has a big shebang set up for us, where she's going to be cooking all this food and stuff like that. And we went over, and all the boys ate. About 16 of the 20 went, and and the parents as well. And it was a really good time, man. It was really refreshing to be able to have some good family fun while we wait 5 hours to play. And it was really good. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate that hospitality, man. It was a good time.
Where's Brian? I don't know where Brian is. Hey,
Boy, if you don't get up with the... Hey, London, get up. Don't you know you got on a white uniform?
Mommy, you know
Really disappointed in Orange again. They played the same way. They really should have smoked this team. This team has some very good individual players. They have this YouTube sensation called Magic Mel was on the team. He's good. I like the kid's skill set. He's explosive. He has a very good understanding of the game, that he doesn't have to score to control the game, and he tries to make everybody better. Very nice skill set, but still nothing that Orange hadn't seen. And once again, they just played scared, man. I'm really disappointed. So again, I get off the bench and I go and get the white team, and I go off on them again because of how Orange is playing, and getting them worked up because we're playing a team, Texas Razorbacks. Now they look like a true 11U team because they don't have a real big kid, but never judge a book by its cover, man. These teams, they're scrappy sometimes, and they're not at the Super Six for no reason. They're here because they're one of the best teams in the nation. And this first team we're going to be playing out of Texas.
Good job! Let's go! And one! Good job! Come on, Joe! Woo! Good job, JT! Let's go, Mason. There you go. Woo! Up, Jersey. Be still so she can see too. Right there. Short. There you go, and one. It's okay. It's okay. Good job. Down low.
normal Warriors fan.
Now, as we go into bracket play, the white team made it to the gold bracket, and the orange team is in the green bracket because the orange team hadn't won yet. The white team's undefeated. So the way they do it is they put all the first place teams in the bracket, all the second place teams in the bracket, all the third place teams. So white actually draws a team from out of Georgia. Now, I don't know if it's the best team in Georgia or what, but all I know is I see they beat the first team they played 47-8. And the second team they played 48-15. And we get to the gym and we get ready to play, and the parents are saying that this team has never lost a game. They're 38-0. And you know, they're really beating their chest. They got a huge kid, about 6'3". They got another big kid. They got some size, man. And it's about 5 minutes until the game starts, and no Jarvis and no Will. You know, they're neither one of them are at the game. So you know, now we're warming up, and then, you know, it's time for the game to start, and the kids are coming up to me saying, you know, where's Jarvis and Will? Are they riding together? Is everything all right? And, you know, I tell them, like, look, we got to go with who's here. Stop worrying about that. So I got us in the circle. I'm like, look, the only thing that we can rely on right now is what's here right now. And so you guys get out here. This team is 38-0, and these parents are bragging about them being 38-0. Well, they about to go home today, and they're going to be 38-1 today. And, you know, I try to get the boys worked up, man, and get ready to play this game.
Let's go, London! Do something with it! Come on. Let's go, Reed! Be strong, Reed! Woo! Good job, baby! Stay with him, Chief! Good job, Reed! Good job, Reed! Let's go, Chief! Can we get a foul? Oh, come on! That's a foul!
Coming your way, JT.
Good job, Mason!
So a couple minutes before halftime, Jarvis and Will come into the gym and they sit down. And right now we're in a dog fight. They come and sit on the bench, and you know, it's about 4 minutes till halftime. And you know, I didn't put them in. I didn't put them in the whole first half. And then as we started the second half, I went the same way we started. And so after about 3-4 minutes into the second half, I go ahead and insert you know, Will and Jarvis. Now hoping they're worked up and ready to play, because I've been there before where I didn't play a whole first half of a game in high school against Plant High School. I didn't play the whole first half and finished the game with like 36 points because I felt like I had some catching up to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But hopefully I was, you know, hoping they would feel like that. And sure enough, man, they got in and they were ready to play, man.
Wow. Almost.
Back, Jarvis, back. Rotate right. There you go. Rotate right.
See what happens? Go! Yeah!
Hey, get back. Get back. Yeah! Get back. Get back. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get back! Good, good, good! Good defense! Come on, get on the floor for it! Get on the floor for it! Good job. Good job. Good job. Get on the floor.
Grab the rebound. Get in there.
Get up, get up. Come on. Good job, JT. Get in there. Good job. There you go. Good job.
Go.
Shot that one just for me.
Back up, and one. Good job, Lamar.
Now, I didn't get to see Orange play this game because we were double booked. Now, it looks like they had a little bit more energy and effort out there. I heard they had a little bit of emotion, kids crying and things like that. But, you know, at least, I mean, just from looking at the clips, you know, it looked like they fought. They fought a little harder. Still, I mean, they should have beat this team, man. This is probably the worst team they played. But, you know, all in all, still a very good weekend for them. So there's always something in these tournaments, right? So this is where the travel ball gets, you know, it gets a little bit tricky or whatever you want to call it. So we're playing hometown team. It's the featured team here, the Triple Threat Raptors. I hear they're a really good team. They got nice size. They actually watched us play against the previous team from Georgia. And so every game we played this weekend, as soon as the previous game was over, they give you 3 minutes to warm up, and then the next game starts. So this particular game, the game ended, but the game before us ended. It was actually the Wellington Wolves was playing another Florida team. I got a chance to watch them play, so we played right after them. But this time they put 10 minutes on the clock. So I was like, okay, well, we get a little bit more time to warm up because I want the boys to get a good warm up. We've been sitting around for a while. So as that clock runs down, the clock stops at 1:08. So the clock sat on 1:08 for about another 10 minutes. And so I'm like, man, they're waiting on somebody. So this big-ass kid comes in wearing 35. And so then when he walks in, and he don't even have, he got the uniform on the red side and they were wearing white. So he has to go back and change his jersey or whatever. But they once he gets there, they put 3 minutes on the clock to warm up. And And this team was huge, man. And so we just had this dog fight this morning against the team from Georgia. And now we play the triple threat Raptors. And for whatever reason, they had a first round bye. So this is their first game of the day. We went full court, man, a lot against that Georgia team. So I know my boys are a little bit tired.
Good job getting your hands up. Wow!
Outside right now!
So now this weekend, I don't have Jacob Douglas or Caleb Edmonds, two key players, coming off the bench, huge in my rotation. So I don't have either one of them this weekend. And it's a tie game right now. Actually, we were up 2, and they just hit 2 free throws to tie the game up. And I called a timeout. And London asked to come out. Jarvis needed to come out. JT's in foul trouble with 2 fouls. So I called a timeout and had them sit down. I told all of them to sit down. And so after the timeout, I was like, man, you guys still need to come out? And they were like, yeah. So I went with this lineup, man, that isn't a traditional lineup that I usually put in, just like that. It's a tie game, 13-13 at this point, a minute before halftime. Man, by the time I look up, it's 20-13, 7-0 run, just like, well, really a 9-0 run because they just hit the 2 free throws to tie the game. And we never recovered after that point, man. The boys were tired. They didn't fight how they fought earlier. And, it was a bigger team. I think if we play this team the first game in the first round of the tournament, I think we beat them. But where we were, they just took their toll, man, and they ran away with it and ended up winning it all.
Okay.
They can't even go up it. Look at them. That's what car we at? You remember y'all have to run the levee? No, I said, remember you have to run the levee?
Listen, you get a picture and send it to us.
Yes, please.
Look, no DQ.
Not DQ though. DQ gonna end up shooting the hole. We gonna turn around and go and say, we're on crawfish.
I'm eating that much crawfish.
He ain't gonna crack it. He just gonna be.
If you think it's hot,
Pass me the picture.
what? What type of ton you got? A spice? Oh, I know why.
Overall, I thought the Super Six was a really good tournament, man, and I would like to do it again next year. We saw some 6th grade teams and not actually some 12U teams, not 6th grade, but 12U. They had a kid 6'6", 6'4", and 6'3" on one team, and they were playing against a team that had 6'4" and 6'3" kid. And these kids are huge, man. JoJo's like one of the biggest kids on this team, him and Will. They're like 5'5" and 5'6". Like, what are we going to do with 6'6"? Oh, man. But I say all that to say this. This is a good weekend, man. Believe that. And I'm proud of both of these teams, man. Even, I was a little bit upset with the Orange team and how they played. But at the end of the day, it was a new experience for them. And that's why we do it. We do it for the experience. It was their first time playing in front of those bright lights like that, man. And I thought they folded a little bit, but it's a learning experience, man. And they go learn from it. And around here, we learning. Believe that. But my rant